Name my topic tonight is called Godfather Showing the Swimming. Name my topic tonight is called Pathetic and Poor in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. With WrestleMania 42 Vegas, we getting good. So much to say. Before I do show a little bit something for all of you know, I have some breaking news. A legend just passed away tonight at the age of 86. No, at the age of 80. At the age of 85, I think 85 or 86. His name was this guy played Mr. Strickland from Back to the Future movies and played in Top Gun. His name was James Tolkien. He died tonight. So I'm gonna open show this legendary audio piece from Back to the Future where he confronts Michael J. Fox about him being late, calling him a slacker. So stick around, right back, and get it playing for you.
Alright, come on. I think we're safe.
You know, this time it wasn't my fault.
The doc said all his clocks 25 minutes slow.
Doc, am I to understand you're still hanging around with Dr. Emmett Brown McFly? Party slip for you, Miss Parker. And one for you, McFly. I believe that makes 4 in a row. Now let me give you Nichols' worth of free advice, young man. This so-called Dr. Brown is dangerous. He's a real nutcase. If you hang around with him, you're going to end up in big trouble.
Oh, yes, sir.
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker. You remind me of your father when he went here. He was a slacker, too.
Can I go now, Mr. Strickland?
I notice your band is on the roster for the dance auditions after school today. Why even bother, McFly? You don't have a chance. You're too much like your own man. No McFly ever amounted to anything in the history of Hill Valley.
Yeah, well, history is going to change.
Yeah, commercial break. You take a look at the fight between Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu last week. We're honestly focused on the appear falling off the medical structure out in the parking lot. We love to wonder what happened to them as we head to backstage where Drew McIntyre is slowly making his way in. He's asked about this and chalks up to stubbornness before addressing what Jacob did to him. He didn't come here to finish to fight, but if Jacob wants to start something, Drew will finish it. He talks about Jacob taking away everything from him. And when a man's got nothing to lose, that's when he's got his most dangerous. We head back to ringside as Jericho makes his entrance for our next match. We take a look back at the poetry session between Roll and Kit Wilson, which had led to his match tonight. Jelly's in the ring as he speaks spiritual guidance from above. The Kit Wilson makes his entrance. He gets to the ring, taking Mike to say he's defending the honor of his mother tonight. He reads off a poem about Jelly Roll entering on his catchphrase just as Jelly says, "Let's get this on," and sure enough, this match gets underway. Jericho versus Kit Wilson. Kit blindsides Jelly in the corner for sending the magician to the ropes, but Roll fights back for a leg drop to the groin, followed by an atomic drop. Body elbows blocked by Wilson, who skins the cat on his way back in the ring, only to take a clothesline and sends him to the outside. Kit grabs his poetry book before going back in the ring, but Jericho takes it and looks to use it on for the ref to pull it away. His owner takes control, sending Roll to the mat before hitting him in the head. He mocks the magician with his pose before knocking him fully down. He pokes fun at Jelly some more before bringing him to the corner, but Roll dodges Wilson before landing a belly-to-belly suplex. The ref begins to count as Kit gets to his feet. Jelly does as well before they trade strikes and back and forth. Jelly sees an opportunity and goes for a chokeslam, but Wilson breaks free to go for the corner to be dropped with a power slam. Jelly with a cover, but Wilson kicks out at 2. Kit fights to his feet for a throat punch that sends Roll to the corner. The referee manages him as Jelly looks to use poetry book once more. The second time around, Kit is in the corner. He ends up in the chokeslam by Jelly, picks up the win, winning by pinfall. Jelly Roll. Jelly celebrates the win, bringing his son to ringside before the pair walk to the ramp. Backstage, Mark Cardona shows he always ready to wants his match against Randy Orton. Up next, we take a look at one down between Roman Reigns and CM Punk on Raw. Commercial break. Commentary hype up WrestleMania before we taking a look back at CM Punk getting into the Usos Roman Reigns on Raw. The segment ended with Punk being sent through the table, but he insists he's not the one who needs help as SmackDown rolls on. Backstage, Solo apologizes to MFT for expecting too much out of them. You know who wouldn't have apologized? Roman. Tom Tongue is left alone once Carmelo Hayes takes him. He's finally going to challenge him for the United States title. Or if he's waiting for Solo to say it's okay, he walks off and Shinsuke Nakamura has a similar challenge to Tama before Tal steps in to check on him. They leave and end up leaving as we cut to ringside. Mel Hayes makes his entrance ready for the U.S. Championship Open Challenge up next. Commercial break. We head back to ringside as we see who is accepting an open challenge. And he really gets a good pop as Sami Zayn makes his way out as he heads to ringside to ring his commentary. Talks about the circle of moment as we start to get this match underway. On for Triple Williams to make his entrance as well. Crowd is vibing with this as Williams heads down to the ramp. It turns out this is just for Trick to watch from ringside as this match gets underway. U.S. Open Championship Open Challenge. Carmelo Hayes defends against Sami Zayn. Zayn takes the champ to the ropes before landing back suplex for a 2 count, followed by some chops on the ropes. It sends Hayes to the mat for another near fall, but Mel uses the ropes to get back to his feet in the corner. He takes some more mirror shots before taking his challenger to the mat with a drop kick before catching Sammy in the corner with a kick to the face, to back, followed by a leg drop. Reigns approves the champ's defense from ringside as we go to commercial break. Commercial break. Back from the break, both men fight to their feet of an exchange of strikes. Zayn catches the champ by surprise, sending him over the top rope to the outside for a dive that forces Hayes to floor. Sammy stares down and sends Hayes back into the ring, and he goes up top, only to take a drop kick by the champ for a near fall. Hayes dodges a clothesline and challenger out for a tilt-a-whirl facebuster. Sammy fights back, countering a first 48 of a poor powerbomb and a 2 count. He sends Mel to the corner, but the champ dodges a hell of a kick. He goes to the top, but Zayn intercepts him and the two fight out of the corner, with Zayn and a suplex on the champ. Hold on a second. Here we go to commercial break. We take a look at the fighting between Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu last week. Earnestly focused on Emperor falling off the metal structure out in the parking lot. We're left to wonder what happened to them as we head backstage where McIntyre is slowly making his way in. He asked about this and chalks it up to stubbornness before addressing what happened, what Jacob did to him. He didn't come here tonight to fight, but if Jacob wants to start something, Drew will finish it. He talks about Jacob taking away everything from him. When a man's got nothing to lose, that's when he's the most when he's at his most dangerous. We head back to ringside as Jelly Roll makes his entrance for our next match. We'll take a look back at slam poetry session between Roll and Kit Wilson, which led to this match tonight. Jelly's in the ring as he speaks spiritual guidance from above before Kit Wilson makes his entrance. He gets to the ring, taking the mic to say he's defending the honor of his mother tonight. He reads off a poem about Jelly Roll ending on his catchphrase, just as Jelly says, let's get this on. Sure enough, this match gets underway. Jelly Roll versus Kit Wilson. Kit Wilson Jelly in the corner before sending the musician to the ropes, but Jelly Roll fights back for a leg drop to the groin, followed by an atomic drop. Behind elbows blocked by Wilson, who skins the cat on his way back in the ring, only to take close on that sends him to the outside. Kit grabs his poetry book before going back into the ring, but Jelly takes it and looks to use it only for the ref to pull it away. This allows Kit to take control, sending the Roll to the mat before hitting him in the head. He mocks the musician with his pose for knocking him falling down and pokes fun at Jelly some more before bringing him to the corner. But Roll dodges before landing a belly button suplex. Ref begins to count as Kip gets to his feet. Jelly does as well before they trade strikes back and forth. Jelly sees an opportunity and goes for a chokeslam, but Wilson breaks up free to go to the corner, only to be dropped with a power slam. Jelly with the cover, but Wilson kicks out at two. Kip fights to his feet for a throat punch that sends Roll to the corner, and the ref admonishes him as Jelly looks to use the poetry book once more. Wilson dodges it, dropping Jelly to the mat for another closed near fall, and this time around, Kit is sent to the corner. He ends up walking to a chokeslam by Jelly Roll, picks up the win. Review pinfall, Jelly Roll. Jelly celebrates the win. Ring is signed to ringside before the pair walk up the ramp. Backstage, Smackdown shows he already is ready as he warms up for his match against Randy Orton. Up next, we will take a look back at what went down between Roman Reigns and CM Punk on Raw. Commercial break. Commentary hype up WrestleMania before taking a look back at what CM Punk is getting into with the Usos and Roman Reigns and Raw. The segment ended with Punk being sent to a table. He insists he's not the one who needs help as SmackDown rolls on. Backstage, Solo Sikoa apologized to the MFT for expecting too much out of them. You know who have apologized? Roman. Tama Tonga is left alone as Carmelo Hayes asks him if he's fine going to challenge him for the U.S. title, or if he's not waiting for Solo as he tries to say it's okay. Backstage, Solo Sikoa apologized to MFT for expecting too much out of them. Hold on a second. As I was saying, who wouldn't have apologized? Roman. Tama Tonga is left alone as Carmelo Hayes asked him if he's finally going to challenge him for the U.S. title, or if he's waiting for Solo to say it's okay. He walks off. Shinsuke Nakamura has a similar challenge to Tama before Tala steps in and check on him. They end up leaving as we cut to ringside. Carmelo Hayes makes his entrance ready for the U.S. Championship Open Challenge up next. Commercial break. We head to ringside to see who is accepting the Open Challenge as it gets really good pop. And Sami Zayn makes his way out. He heads to ringside. Ring as commentary talks about the full circle moment as we start to get this match underway, only for Trick Williams to make his entrance as well. Crowd is vibing as Trick Williams heads down to the ramp. As it turns out, this is just for Trick to watch from the ringside to get this match underway. U.S. Championship Open Challenge. Carmelo Hayes defends against Sami Zayn. Zayn takes the champ to the ropes before landing a back suplex for a 2 count, followed by some chops onto the ropes. He sends Hayes to the mat for another near fall for Melo uses the ropes to get back to his feet in the corner. He takes some more shots before taking challenger to the mat with a drop kick, before catching Sami in the corner with a kick to the face back followed by a leg drop. Williams approves of the champ's offense from ringside as we go to commercial break. Commercial break. Back from the break, both men fight to their feet from an exchange of strikes. Zayn catches the champ by surprise, sending over to the top for the outside for a dive that forces Hayes to the floor. Zayn stares Williams down as he sends Hayes back into the ring and goes to the top, only to take the drop kick by the champ for a near fall. Hayes dodges a clothesline to take the challenger for a near out for the tilt-a-whirl facebuster. Zayn fights back, countering first 48 for a powerbomb and a tilt and a 2 count. He sends Melo to the corner where the champ dodges a hell of a kick. He goes to the top, but Zayn intercepts and the 2 fight out of the corner with Zayn landing a suplex on the champ. 2 men are down as we go to picture-in-picture. Picture-in-picture, both men are slow to get back onto their feet before trading shots. Zayn catches the champ with a Blue Thunderbomb for a 2. We see Trick watching on as Zayn considers his next move before bringing Hayes to his feet for a chop that sends Melo to the mat. The suplex attempt is blocked as the champ catches Zayn with a cutter, but it's only good for a near fall, who brings Sami to the corner as we return from break, where the challenger counters into a sunset powerbomb for a 2 count. Melo has a chance to bounce back as he lands a thrust kick on Zayn, only to be sent to the turnbuckle with an exploder. Sami charges at him for a hell of a kick, but the champ catches him with a first 48 and the cover, which gets a 2 count, before Zayn gets the shoulder up. He intercepts the champ at the corner, countering nothing but net into a Blue Thunderbomb for a near fall. Trick Williams grabs the U.S. title at ringside, but is giving it to Sami to see what happens. Zayn refuses to use it, confronting Williams on the apron before Hayes grabs him from behind and will be laid out with an errant right hand by Trick. Zayn is slightly reluctant, takes the opening at all the same time, landing a hell of a kick to pin Hayes for the win. Winner via pinfall, new U.S. champion Sami Zayn. Sami celebrates as we see a surprised, confused Williams at ringside before heading backstage. Jacob Fatu was asked for his thoughts on Drew McIntyre, but he said he'll speak to people in Pittsburgh. And he heads down, and it seems we'll hear from him next as we go to commercial. You know, some fans say it will be a double turn, because they think Trick Williams kind of got screwed. They have Sami Zayn going as a heel, and Trick going to be his babyface. And we're commercial break. Some Pittsburgh Steelers are at ringside for Smackdown tonight. Hometown, hometown friend of mine on Facebook, friends on Facebook, is a Pittsburgh native. Backstage, Sami is very happy with himself, and he's walks down with the title he just won. Yes, all this if he got his WrestleMania rematch now. And SmackDown GM confirms that he does indeed have a match. He'll defend the U.S. Championship against Trick Williams. Sami is thrilled with the idea as SmackDown rolls on. Yeah, Sami's not happy about this. Back at ringside, Jacob Fatu makes his way out as we get a look at the carnage between him and Drew McIntyre last week. Jacob gets the right ring in the mic and acknowledging his wounds and battle scars from the fight he had. It all had to do with one man, that is Drew McIntyre. He is angry that Drew tried to take food off his kid's table when he tried to take Fatu out, asking him if he thought what he did last week was going to hold him down. Hell nah. Drew went and did all that, but Jacob is still standing. As long as he got air in his lungs, he's going to be out here to dog walk Drew McIntyre, who doesn't take kindly to that former World Wrestling Entertainment champion. He steps out onto the stage, a mic in his hand, as well as McIntyre claims he is a victim on all this. For calling Jacob a criminal, he committed a crime, and he did this time when he got out. He stole it and stole Drew's title in his WrestleMania moment. He stole everything from McIntyre. He talk about taking food from Jacob's family, Drew's food. What he says now is from the bottom of his heart: "Screw your damn kids." All comes rushing out to defuse the situation, saying neither of them is in any shape of each other up again tonight, but he's sure they'll be ready to go to say by September 18th at WrestleMania. He tells Drew to get his WrestleMania match and tells Jacob, but here's one thing: there'll be no disqualifications, no counts, and the ref is just here to make the count or check for a submission, as this will be unsanctioned. Drew is displeased with this, and it seems Jacob is as well. Matt Cardona continues to warm up when Aleister Black and Zelina appear, talk about the Randy of the old, seemingly to poke fun at Cardona. I'm slightly baffled what any of that means as SmackDown moves on. I love real power couple here is Aleister Black and Zelina. Elsewhere, Chelsea Green bumps into Tiffany Stratton and tries to offer advice about taking on Julia, to no avail. With that, we head back to ringside with Julia and Kiana James make their entrance. Julia takes on Tiffany Stratton and non-title action up next. Commercial break. We head back to ringside as Tiffany Stratton makes her entrance to a nice pop, and this match gets underway. Non-title Women's United States Championship match: Julia versus Tiffany Stratton. After a soul start, Julia gets the upper hand and Stratton early on. Tests her strength, ends in the champ in favor, and sends Tiffy to the corner not once but twice. She then brings Stratton to the mat twice for a good measure, but Tiffy fights out with a cartwheel before catching Julia with a drop kick. And she gets up getting a near fall. Julia leaves the ring with a breather because this is good at wrestling can be tiring as Tiffy stares down before we go to commercial. Commercial break. But coming back from a break, Tiffy breaks free of the chin lock to land on a pop-up signbuster, source planting the champ to the canvas. Julia is sent to the corner for a handspring elbow strike into a cartwheel, elbow stand for a 2. Julia starts to fight back, but Stratton sends her to the top ropes for a hip attack. Julia turns it around for a 2 count by dropping Tiffy with a back suplex followed by a reverse knee for a near fall. She brings Stratton to the corner and the two fight it out before Tiffy drops the champ to the mat. Swanton bomb connects, but it's only good for a 2 as Julia manages to kick out. They fight out to their feet on their feet, leading a rolling senton by Stratton, but Kiana distracts her when she goes for a pretty smooth saw ever. The distraction allows the champ to get to the knees up for taking the win over Stratton. Who really cares about Tiffany Stratton? Who really cares about Chelsea Green? A Leaping Lane Poffo poem I made about Matt Cardona's wife, Chelsea Green. All I can say, Leaping Lane Poffo style poem I made about Chelsea. This is where Leaping Lane Poffo poem I made about Matt Cardona's wife, Chelsea Green. You call her the hot mess. You call her Chelsea Green. She and Tiffy Time are not friends, in my opinion. She and Tiffy Tams are not friends. In my opinion, she really does suck. But she calls Alba Fire her best friend, and in case you wonder why, she might be the only date that she can fuck. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. We hear from Bayley and Lyra, who addressed taking the fight to the champs earlier tonight for challenging for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship at Raw. Up next is our main event. Matt Cardona takes on Randy Orton, but before we see that, we went down regarding Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. Commercial break. This past Monday on Raw, Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman call out Obafemi after what he did the previous week, almost responded by taking him down once again, to a big reaction from fans all over. We get a graphic hyping up the Oval Rock match as well as the unsanctioned match between Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. This leads up to a rundown of other matches confirmed for the show, all leading up to Roman Reigns facing CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. Randy Orton taking on Cody Rhodes for the undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment Championship. Speaking of Orton, we head back to ringside as the Viper makes his entrance for our main event as he looks to get back into with Matt Cardona up next. Then we go commercial break. We get a hype up for the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony that takes place on April 17th before heading back to ringside. This main event, Matt Cardona makes his entrance ready, as always, to get some revenge on Orton as he makes a beeline for the win, only be a blindside one with stomps as we get underway with this match. Randy Orton versus Matt Cardona. He slams his cast against the head of the Randy to fight back, getting some momentum before taking the Viper to the outside where Orton strikes back, sending him to the announce table, who targets the broken arm of Cardona, slamming against the table before trapping it there. He rolls into to break the ref's count, continuing the attack before bringing Cardona back into the ring, and Mike fights back to the corner of a Rough Rider. Orton's to the ring, Zack Ryder. Covered by Cardona, but Orton manages to kick out. He leaves the ring for a breather, but Matt follows him where it turns out to be a ruse. As Orton blindsides him for attacking the arm once more, he sends Matt shoulder first into the ring post and slams his arm against the steps for bringing Cardona back in and sending him into the ring into the opposite ring post before a good measure. He pulls the cast off Matt's arm, bending his hand backward before the ref finally intervenes. Orton brings Cardona out of the corner for a back snap suplex before stomping away at the injured arm. He mocks Matt before slamming him back into the ring post, going back to work on the arm as the ref tries to get him to stop. Eventually, Orton puts an end to this in order to stop Cardona with a RKO and stares Matt down before finally going over the cover to take the win. Winner via pinfall, Randy Orton. Randy Orton raises his arm in victory as we see Cody's tour bus pulling up at the parking lot as we go to picture-in-picture. Wow. Picture-in-picture, Cody is in such a mood by what Randy Orton did, and he's slowly making his way out through the backstage area. And I can only assume we're doing this because they're going to have a super long Orton Cardona match. Anyway, Jericho meets up with Cody to say something. International fans, back at ringside, Orton goes after some security trying to get him out of the ring as he waits for Cody to arrive. Well, wait a little commercial time, and we're back. Cody's music hits as he saunters his way down the ramp. Always comes in and out with security, though I'm sure one of the two guys might have been involved. Anyway, Cody Rhodes and Norris GMs pleased to get into this ring where he and Orton come to blows. They take swings at each other, they fight and spills to the outside, they go at each other, and announce table as security finally pulls Cody away. Randy starts to back away, pulling security away so he can get some more shots on Rhodes. Takes his WrestleMania opponent back into the ring. Officials pulled the two apart from the corner as the crowd chants let him fight before Cody charges back at Orton. Pulls the champ away only for Orton to follow suit. As they pull the Viper away, he finally leaves the ring, only to send security flying over the announce table using Cody uses the opening to catch Orton by surprise, laying some shots on top of the rope with the announce table. Cody starts to walk away before entering the ring, where Orton comes back after him before security rushes in to break it up once more. And then here it is. Jerry Rose comes in to have a chat with Cody, only to drop him with a RKO, drop Jerry Rose to the man with RKO. He escapes to the ramp on his handiwork, and with Cody checking on the musician as SmackDown comes to a close. Wow, Jelly Roll got RKO by Orton just like when Roddy Piper attacked Abe's pop star Cyndi Lauper when Randy Richter was by her side, and Triple H is trying to go back to that period last night. Bad show last night. Bad show. Terrible show. Well, that's all I can say for all of you. I'm not gonna do any pop culture for March 20 to 26 because it's already late and but well I'm just gonna get into it, get into it. Pop culture. Wait, yeah, there's no pop culture for March 26th, but I'm gonna just do the birthdays. I'm just gonna just get to it. It's no pop culture. Well, ECW Hardcore TV, ECW Hardcore TV. The Bruise Brothers defeated Shane Douglas, the Tommy Dreamer, Cactus Jack defeated Mikey Ripwack, Taz defeated Chris Jericho, ECW TV World Champion Raven defeated Shane Douglas to retain the title. Paige Van Zant turned 32, March 26th. In March 27th, I mean, sorry. Yeah, March 20. Oh, wait, hold on. March 26th. I mean, yeah, March 26th. Well, yeah, March 27th. I mean, yeah, March 27th. Yeah, this is March 26th. I'm sorry, March 26th. You got Monday Night Raw. Yeah, March 20. Wait a minute, talking about March 27th. Sorry. Yeah, March 27th. Sorry. Yeah, March 26th. I'm sorry. Yeah, Paige Van Zant turned 30. Yeah. 32 last Thursday. last Thursday. Last Thursday. Last Thursday she turned 27. Yeah, I already got the ECW covered. It's no pop culture for March 27th. Let's go to March 26th. Let's go to March 27th. Yeah, Martin Short, by the way, turned 76 on March 26th. He was born in 1950. Funny man, Martin Short. He has a show called Only Murders in the Murderers in the Building on Hulu with Steve Martin. Okay, SoCal Val. SoCal Val turned 40 yesterday. Bobby Combs turned 56 yesterday. 56 yesterday. Okay, Monday Night Raw, March 27th, 2006. Night before WrestleMania 22 in Omaha, Nebraska, at the Quest Center in Omaha. Kane defeated Carlito with DQ. Shawn Michaels defeated Triple H in a no contest. Spirit Squad defeated Val Venus. Kenny, Johnny, and Mikey defeated Val Venus, Viscera, and Eugene. Trish Stratus and Tori Wilson defeated Candice, Michelle, and Victoria. Six Jet defender WWE title against Mickey James. John Cena defeated Vince McMahon by DQ. Then we'll see a confrontation between Mick Foley and Edge for that match at WrestleMania 22. And that'll do it for my show this morning. It's midnight. I'm the Godfather Soldier Slim. Hope all of you good mornings, midnight. It's late chair Henshaw say like the dresser church drinking dance on Atlanta. She dancing like James Brown like again in that hot tub. Gonna be sweat. Gonna be dry, gonna be wet. Branch Ed Murphy doing impression of James Brown saying live. So I hope I have a good morning. It's midnight. I'm out here. Peace.